Hey, Jasmine, did you get home?
Oh, hi, Mike. I just got home.
You always look busy.
Yeah, but I like my job, so I'm totally fine. I transferred to a different department, and we have a new member, so there's a lot of things to do. I'm sure things will settle down soon.
I'm really proud of you, Jasmine, for not being afraid to try new things.
Really? It's not a big deal.
You know, my dad changed his job at that age. Seeing him struggling like that makes me wonder if I can do it.
I'm sorry to hear about your father. His previous company went bankrupt because of the market trend, right? We have to work to survive. I'm proud of him.
He'll be happy to hear that.
Then tell him for me.
But, I'm glad his company didn't go bankrupt in 6 months. If it had been 6 months later, we might have had to rethink the timing of our marriage. I feel sorry for him, but it could have been worse for us.
You're right. We must have been very lucky.
Yeah, I need to live up to my dad. Jasmine?
Laura, what's wrong?
Are you really going to marry Mike?
Of course I am. The wedding is tomorrow.
You're so brazen.
What?
You're going to marry him? Mike is an elite employee who graduated from a famous university. Why should he marry a poor girl like you?
Poor girl? I'm not poor.
Stop lying just because you want to marry him. You don't have any savings at your age anyway, huh?
That's not true.
I know you're trying to marry him because you want his high income, but I won't let you do that.
I want his high income? It's true that he is an excellent person and has a high income, but it's not like my purpose is his income.
What a bare-faced lie. I know you're up to something.
I'm not hiding anything. I respect and love him with all my heart. Even if his income was low, I would have married him.
I'm not so sure about that.
What?
You can say whatever you want. Mike does have a high income. No wonder you were attracted to him.
Laura, that's not true.
And besides, when I saw your parents, I couldn't believe my eyes.
What do you mean?
Your mother. What was that miserable mother? I would shudder with shame to have someone like that as a relative.
Please don't speak evil of my mother. She was so busy with work that she didn't have time to change her clothes, but she came to see you.
Wow. You guys are poor, so that's why she's working part-time for low wages, huh?
Who told you that?
It's obvious. She was so shabbily dressed.
She said she worked throughout the night. That's why by the time she came to the restaurant, her makeup was a little messed up.
Well, I do feel sorry for her since probably part-time is the only job she can do.
Please don't make fun of her. She has a respectable job.
Oh, excuse me. Whatever her job is, I'm sure you are proud. But when it comes to my son's mother-in-law, that's a different story. Especially if she's working part-time and looks miserable.
My mother is not a miserable person, and I don't think you should judge people based on their occupation.
What a fine-sounding talk. Anyway, I won't approve your marriage. Please keep that in mind.
What do you mean?
You wouldn't know what I mean if you were raised by such a miserable mother. Well, you'll find out tomorrow.
Laura, wait. Mike, can I talk to you for a minute?
Jasmine, what's wrong? Are you nervous since the wedding is tomorrow?
Hey, this is no time for jokes.
What's going on?
I got a message from your mother today.
From Mom? What did she say?
Well, I didn't really understand, but long story short, she won't approve our marriage. And she's embarrassed because my mother is so miserable. And also, it seems like she's up to something tomorrow.
Huh? What is that? She always ruins my precious moment. I really didn't want her to be involved in our marriage, but she's my mother, so there was no choice.
You know, I don't mind her talking badly about myself, but when it's about my mom, it really makes me depressed. Plus, I'm worried about what's going to happen at the wedding tomorrow.
I don't understand what she's thinking, but don't worry. I'll make sure to tell my dad about this.
You sure?
Of course. I can't have you or your family get in trouble. I'll have my dad keep an eye on her. You don't have to worry.
Really? Okay, but I'm kind of worried.
Jasmine, it's finally our wedding. Let's make it fun and memorable ceremony.
Yeah, right. I'll leave her to you.
Yup.
Okay then, tomorrow. I'll be there a little earlier than you because I have to do my hair and makeup. Call me when you arrive.
Sure.
Laura, please pick up the phone. Laura.
Oh, Jasmine, what is it?
Don't play dumb. What is this?
What do you mean?
Don't be silly. You came into the bride's room without telling anyone, didn't you?
The bride's room?
It's the room where the bride changes clothes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Then why are you here so early?
Who cares?
Where's your husband?
He wakes up late, so I got here first.
Oh no.
Why do you ask about him?
No, it's nothing. You doodled on my dress, didn't you? I can't wear it. If you drew on my pure white dress with a marker.
What? I would never do such a thing. Stop making ridiculous accusations. Maybe some kid did it.
There are no children in the hall around this time.
How dare you be so rude to the groom's mother?
So, this is what you were talking about when you said I would find out today. Such a very, very sneaky thing to do.
What the hell are you talking about? That is beyond rude.
Only you would do such a thing.
Oh my. If your dress is in doodles, you wouldn't be able to have a wedding today, huh? It's not right to take it out on me.
You sneaked into the room and doodled on my dress, right? How can you say such a thing? You will definitely get sued.
You're making such a big deal. Plus, there's no proof that I did it. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop speculating and making people look bad.
I'm not speculating.
But good. Now, the wedding has to be canceled. You don't have a dress. No choice.
This is what you wanted, right?
You're making me bad again.
I didn't think you would go this far.
What are you talking about? You can't say things like that without proof.
There is proof.
Huh?
Did you forget that it's a wedding hall?
What do you mean?
There are a lot of security cameras inside this hall. The camera caught where you entered the entrance and went into the bride's room.
What?
You doodled on my dress, correct?
Huh?
Am I correct?
Yes, I did. I did it because I really didn't want you to marry Mike. So what?
Now a so what attitude? I'm amazed. My mother is furious too.
Oh, your miserable mother is with you? Then tell your mother.
Tell what?
I won't accept the marriage with your poor daughter. You guys should know who you are better.
Laura, how far do you have to insult my mother?
Stop taking it out on me. If you have a problem, why don't you tell your mother? Mike works for an elite company, and I can't let him have a wife who has such a miserable and poor mother.
You're terrible. Laura, this is enough. I don't care if you talk about me, but if you insult my mother this much, I can't stand it.
Then pretend this marriage never happened.
What?
If you're so angry that you can't stand it, you shouldn't get married to Mike. Get the hell out of here.
I will marry Mike no matter what. We promised each other already.
Are you still saying that? Such a persistent girl. Let me tell you again. Get out.
Laura, this is too much.
The wedding is going to be canceled, so I'll leave soon too. Too bad. Hey, Mom, what have you done? Dad is really frustrated too. Oh, Mike. Thank God you're not getting married to that miserable poor girl. I'm relieved too. What are you talking about? We finished the wedding. What? Why? I thought something like this might happen, so I had the staff prepare a spare dress for her. A spare dress? How is that possible? Yesterday, I got a call from Jasmine, and I had a bad feeling about this, so I called the wedding hall and asked them to have one ready. That was close. Don't do unnecessary things. This is all for your sake. My sake? I want to marry Jasmine. What's wrong with that? Besides, Dad owes her. He owes her? What is that? He has nothing to do with her. How selfish are you? I can't believe Dad has to put up with you all this time.
What?
It sounds like you didn't even know he was looking for a new job, huh? A new job? He's been working at the great company for years. He doesn't need to be looking for a new job. How much you don't know about Dad. Dad's company went bankrupt due to the recession. What? When? 6 months ago. Why did he keep such an important thing from me? He told you over and over again. What the hell were you listening to? What? You were always so full of yourself, dressed up in brand name clothes, leaving when Dad gets home. You were always so busy with your favorite stripper, weren't you? How did you? Anyone would notice if you act so easily. In fact, Dad is having an investigation. I admire him for not divorcing you. You're lying. No. He knew? Are you stupid? You're so obvious. It's the same with the wedding dress today. That's how honest I am. My feelings are expressed with my whole body. But how come he owes Jasmine? I'm overwhelmed. Maybe I should have Jasmine to explain this to you. Huh? What do you mean? Mike?
Laura, it's me.
Why are you with Mike?
Why? We just finished our wedding. Of course we are together.
You're always annoying. How can my husband owe someone like you?
I'm your husband's boss.
Huh? What are you talking about? That's bullshit. He works for a prestigious company.
Didn't you hear what Mike said earlier? Your husband's company went bankrupt 6 months ago because of the recession.
Really?
And he was getting older, so he was having a hard time. Just around that time, we were looking for people in my department. We needed to hire a person as soon as possible, regardless of age, so I asked him.
To your company?
Yes. We had been doing business with his company, so I knew most of the work he was doing, and it was easy for me to talk to him. After consulting with the company executives, I interviewed your husband.
What? Why should you interview him? Isn't that too rude?
Because I'm the head of the department.
You're the head? Don't make me laugh. There's no way an ordinary employee like you can be the head.
Generally, that's true, but I joined this company on my mother's recommendation.
That miserable mother? That's crazy. I don't understand.
I think you're misunderstanding something big. My mother is a lawyer.
Lawyer? You've got to be kidding.
I'm not joking, it's true. She forgets about her appearance when she is into her work and looks a little shabby.
What?
By the way, I also graduated from a famous national university. I am fluent in languages, so my mother, who is a corporate lawyer, recommended me for this job.
Is it true?
It's true. Of course, since she recommended me, I worked very hard. That's why I was highly evaluated and became a department head immediately. And then, I recommended your husband to this company.
Is that possible?
It actually happened. I am so glad that I was able to help him. He is a person with a great track record. Needless to say, he was an immediate asset to our company. I don't know which one of us is the boss.
I can't believe you are his boss. More importantly, I can't believe your mother is a lawyer.
Oh yes, I have a message from my mother.
A message?
The wedding hall is demanding compensation for the doodle on today's dress.
Me? You rented the dress, right? Then you should be the one to pay.
No, you entered the bride's room without permission and intentionally doodled on the dress. We have proof.
Oh no, how terrible.
I will also claim compensation for the emotional distress you caused me just before the wedding.
What? There's no way I can pay that.
My mother is a lawyer, you know. You can't turn away from this, so please do whatever you can to pay me.
Oh no, I'll ask my husband.
Ask your husband? How self-absorbed are you? Last night, he told you not to go to the wedding alone since he would go with you, right?
Was it so? How did you know that?
Because I heard from Mike. You broke the promise and went to the wedding hall without permission. You tried to ruin the wedding by doodling on my dress. Your husband is even more upset than Mike, since he had a lot of stress from you.
What?
I'm sorry to tell you this, but he is thinking of divorcing you.
Divorce? Why should I get divorced? You shouldn't be happier than me.
I don't understand. Laura, before you blame me, please think about what you have done. As Mike said earlier, there must be many reasons for divorce.
Why do I have to be...
Before you ruin our wedding, didn't you have many things you should have done?
Huh?
You didn't even know that your husband's company went bankrupt. You've been playing around all night, shopping as much as you want. You didn't listen to your husband's story or Mike's. How hard it must have been for them. Have you ever thought about that?
That's... But I don't want to hear that from you.
I see. Then please speak directly to them.
Wait a minute. He's angry, right? Really angry?
Of course. Both of them are very angry.
Then it would be great if you could be there.
Huh?
I'd like you to join our discussion so that I won't get divorced. I need you to convince them both. I don't want to get divorced, okay? You're going to be my daughter-in-law from today, right? You have to help me.
How selfish are you? I can't deal with people like you anymore. I have no intention of helping you. Let me end this conversation. Please do something by yourself. Well then. After that, Laura had to pay compensation to the wedding hall and me. Also, because of her unbelievable attitude towards me, my father-in-law, who owes me a lot, had decided to divorce her and got divorced. Laura insisted that she did not want to get divorced, and he had a hard time divorcing her. But my mother, who is a lawyer, persuaded her to sign the papers. My mother is very good at persistent accusing. When the divorce was finalized, the property was divided, but Laura had been spending a lot of money to the strip club for years, so she ended up being sued for compensation. I think she got what she deserved, but I wonder how my father-in-law felt about it. I will never forget the sad look on his face. Mike and I started our married life. I see my father-in-law every day at work, so when he finishes work early, we go home together and have dinner at our house. We would like to support him so that he will not feel lonely now that he is alone.
Hey sis, how are you? Are you able to get out of the hospital? Leah, I'm feeling so great that it's hard to stay in bed, but I think I won't be able to leave the hospital. Oh, I didn't expect you would be hospitalized because of TPL. I thought you would go back to our house and go to the hospital from there. That was my plan too, but with a belly like this, I was worried. It's the first time I'm having a baby, so I should rest, like the doctor said. Right. Unfortunately, I've never had a baby before, so I don't have any advice for you. I'm sorry. Hey, it's not something you should apologize for. It's enough that you tried to cheer me up. Really? I'm glad I'm being helpful to you. I work in an office, so I can at least text you like this. I'll text you when I can. I can't come see you often, though. You know I'm so busy that I go home just to go to bed. I know you're busy, and you've done enough for me. Thank you. How are you? Busy at work? Sorry, I have to stay in the hospital for so long. Well, I didn't think you'd be in the hospital this long. I've been working late and feeling exhausted. I thought so, since you don't come to see me. Take care. It's gonna be busy after the baby is born. It'll be a big problem if you get sick. I know. What do you have for dinner? I just ordered some food and eat. Don't worry about me, so focus on your own treatment. I know, but are you mad at me? I'm not mad at you, but I can't focus when you text me while I'm working. Oh, right. I have a lot of free time, so I might have been texting you too much. Sorry. When will you be able to come here? I don't know. I want you to come by after work sometime. I'm sure the baby can hear you now. But even if I go talk to the baby, it won't make any difference, right? What? He might be able to hear my voice, but even if I talk to your belly when you're in the hospital, it's not like he's going to be born soon. That's true, but I want to see you too. You can see me when you come home after the birth. Until then, you should concentrate on the birth there. Is that it? The baby has been in my belly for 9 months, and now we're finally going to meet him, and you're that cold? No, I'm not. Guys don't really feel it because nothing changes in our body. Well, that's true. I hear that a lot. Anyway, I'll be there if I can finish work early. I've got some more work to do. I'll see you then. Okay. Leah, it's urgent. Please text me back. What's wrong? I can't reach Harry. I've been calling and texting, but he hasn't read my texts and returned my calls. Maybe he's busy at work. He said you were insistent. You saw him? Yeah, on my way to work by accident. He said he's busy with work. That's why he goes home late every day. I wonder if he's been eating enough. Really? Can you get in touch with him? I can't. We just ran into each other the other day. Right. Oh God. I think my labor started. What? I'm expecting the baby today. I was hoping you could tell him. I mean, we just ran into each other, so I don't know where your husband is. If you can't reach him, why don't you tell him after the baby is born? Huh? He wouldn't know when the baby will be born. Is that even possible? If you can't get in touch with him, there's nothing we can do. He seemed really busy. God, I can't rely on you at a time like this. Sorry! Oh, sorry, I took it out on you since I'm having the labor. Sorry. I'd like to ask him to pay for the hospital, the birth fee, the birth certificate, and all of the paperwork. Why don't you ask Mom? Well, if I can't reach him, then I guess I'll have to ask her. What if I can't even reach him after the birth? I'm sure I'll leave the hospital as soon as the baby is born. Even then, you'll have to ask Mom and Dad. Your husband's parents live far away, right? That's right. If I need you, help me too, Leah. It might be more helpful to have you. I can't. Why not? You know I'm busy too. Editor's job is so irregular. I'm stuck in the office. I told you before, didn't I? Even in your sister's emergency? No, I probably wouldn't be able to. So you don't want to see my baby. It's not like that, but you guys won't help me at all. You don't have to say it like that. Hey, can you please respond? What is this all about? I'm finally getting out of the hospital with the baby, and where is the daddy? And the house is empty. You already left the hospital? I was waiting for it. Huh? I'm sorry, I know you just gave the birth, but I can't live with you anymore. Sorry, but you'll have to raise the child by yourself. Why is this happening? He's your child. You're leaving without even seeing him? Why would I agree to you without knowing the reason? I think it's better if you don't know. Are you crazy? Do you know what you're doing? If I'm going to raise this child by myself, that means we're getting divorced. We were both so happy when we finally had a baby, right? Yeah, I remember. We even made a promise that when we have a baby, we'll build our own home. Right, but that was in the past. The past? Isn't this about our future? I'm sorry, but there is no future. There's an envelope on the table with divorce documents. Fill it out and send it to the lawyer. You can't just... This is insane. You left me alone in the hospital and when I had labor. You didn't call me back. And after I left the hospital, you asked me to divorce you? Give me a good reason why you're doing this. That's... You and I had a bad chemistry, you know? The incompatibility. Really? What? This is a fine reason, right? Is that the reason? What? Are you doubting me? After the baby was born, a new mother from our same department came to see me at the hospital. We got to know each other since we had our babies around the same time. We promised each other we'd call after the baby was born. So what? She sent me a picture. Picture? A picture of her kid? I'm not interested in that. No, a picture of you. Huh? Why my picture? She saw you with an unknown woman. She was curious, so she took your picture as evidence. Plus, the woman you were with looked like she had a big belly. But it obviously wasn't me, so she thought it was weird. What? Let me send you that picture now. This is... I was surprised to see the woman in the picture. I mean, I felt as if someone had hit me over the head with a big hammer. Because the woman in the picture with you is my sister. This is, You were having an affair with Leah? That's why she sent me those texts spying on me. The reason why I stopped hearing from you. Why only Leah sended me texts. And why you kept saying you're busy. Now I understand everything. If you know what I'm talking about, good. That was quick. I'm divorcing you and I'm going to be with Leah. She has a 5-month-old baby in her belly. That's why I'm leaving you and I can't raise your child. How can you say that so brazenly? Of course I'll agree to the divorce. You'll lose everything, even your property, okay? Huh? About that. The division of property. Let's discuss it later. Property division? Don't make me laugh. You're not getting any property. Why not? We have savings, right? It should be around $100,000. You need to study more. There's no way you have property division. Why not? Common property should be divided fairly. There's no way you're going to get them all by yourself. Common property. Aren't you misunderstanding something? Misunderstanding what? Common property is what we saved and what we bought after we got married. This $100,000 is what I saved when I was single. Well, it includes dividends too, though. You're kidding, right? What about my salary and bonus? You used your salary to pay the rent, utilities, and food. I used my salary to cover the shortage, right? Oh, then what about my bonus? Did you forget that you used it to buy whatever you want? What? A set of golf clubs, a new car, a luxury brand suit, etc. Most of the bonus must have disappeared for those payments. You didn't realize it yourself? What? Then what about the property division? Of course, zero. Even if there was, you had an affair and made a child while I was pregnant, so you would be considered neglecting my child, and you wouldn't get any money. You're kidding, right? It's obvious you were cheating. Moreover, with my sister, I'll get enough compensation and child support from you. I'm in the middle of discussion with my lawyer right now. Wait a minute. I thought I was getting a property division, so I bought a house at Leah's request. I was going to use the property division to pay for it. What am I gonna do? I don't know. You did everything on your own, so don't cry and beg me. And I'll never let you see my child, so keep that in mind. At best, hope you and Leah will suffer. Sis! Answer the phone! Sis, don't ignore! What is it? Don't play dumb! What have you done? No property division? You evil! Evil? Which one of us is evil? You stole my husband and had a baby with him. I'm speechless. My child doesn't have a father since the moment he was born. I feel sorry for him. It's your fault! Huh? Why is it my fault? Because you're not attractive, so he started to love me. Oh, whatever. I'm not interested in that guy anymore. I'm just going to raise up my child to be a fine young man. I don't care about that either. I'm going to have a baby too. I heard that. That's why we bought a house. I used my savings to pay for the deposit and others, but I was going to use his property division to pay for the rest. What are we gonna do? Why are you asking me? We're divorced now and I have nothing to do with it. In the first place, our savings is what I saved when I was single, so it's not subject to property division. Oh no, we're going to suffer from the finances. Then why don't you just sell the house? I know you just bought it though. Don't say it like it's none of your business. It is not my business. I don't want to do that. Then why don't you both work to death to pay for it? Figure out how to pay together. It's none of my business. You are really cold. That's why he left you. Fine, I'll talk to Mom. Are you stupid? Huh? Mom won't support you. Why not? Think about what you've done. You took my husband away from me, and now you're having his baby. Mom and Dad are both furious. What? You're surprised? Wow, how much of an easygoing person are you? Of course they are. They said they would cut you off. They would never forgive you for hurting me and my child so deeply. Oh no! What am I supposed to do? I don't know how to raise a child on my own. I bet. Figure it out with him. Oh, I know. I should cry to his parents. Huh? About the house and raising the child. I can just ask his parents. How many times should I tell you? Are you an idiot? His parents are furious too. What? I told them what happened before I left the hospital. They cried on the phone and apologized to me. They said their son did a terrible thing and then asked me to forgive him. Really? They said they would do everything they could to help pay for the child support. So even though you guys cried at them, I can see that you guys will be rejected at the entrance. Then what are we going to do? I told you, I don't know. It's not my problem, so don't ask me anymore. I don't even want to see your face. I'm sad to lose my only sister like this. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to charge you compensation too. No, there's no way I can pay that. I can't. But I've already discussed it with my lawyer. I'm sure you'll be receiving a bill from him soon. Oh no, I'm about to have a baby. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. You deserve it. Can I talk to you now? I have nothing more to talk to you. Don't say that. Listen to me. Compensation, child support, home payment, childbirth fee, I can't afford them. Well, you had a low income. It was a miracle that you had such a good life, you know? That was because you had a good income, right? I know. You just understand now? I went to my parents' house to beg for money. But you, what have you done? They said they didn't want to think of a shameless man like me as their son. I can never go back to that house. They're insulating me. And they refuse to see me. I knew it. But then, I can't even let Leah have a baby now. To be honest, I think we can only make it through the day. You don't need to tell me that. That's what you wanted, right? You abandoned me and this child. Please, will you help me? Huh? You must have over $100,000 in savings right now. Lend it to me. I'll pay you back. Who are you talking to? You had an affair with my sister and even had a baby with her. You abandoned me after I just had a baby. Also, this child's future. You may think I'm fine, but I don't know how much I've suffered. Thanks to the support of my parents, I'm finally starting to be positive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've made you guys suffer. Sorry. Apologizing doesn't make any difference. This is about people's lives, okay? You don't understand the seriousness of the matter. I'm sorry. I have Leah's future and unborn child's future. Please help me. I've already cut off that girl. She's a stranger to me. Don't say that. I only care about my child's future. I can't afford to take care of you guys. I don't want to think about it. I will never help you guys. Do not reach me again. No, please. I have no one else to ask. Then why don't you just sell the house? Leah doesn't want me to do that. Oh, right. If you're going to listen to her selfishness, you'll have to work like a slave. I don't think there's no one who can help you guys. Don't say that. At least, not that. I, or my parents, or your parents will help you. If you're going to ask for help, then find someone else. Well, I'm not going to text you anymore since it has nothing to do with me. Wait a minute. I don't want to break off relationship with you. Then I can break up with Leah and get back together with you. You're the worst. It was right to divorce you. There's no way I could raise a child with a man who has zero responsibility. Okay, I'm gonna block you. Wait, please. After that, Leah somehow managed to have a baby, but they couldn't earn enough money to raise a child, so they went bankrupt. They lost all of their property and now raising their child quietly in a shabby old apartment. Leah became neurotic by raising a child for the first time, so I heard. Harry has to take care of the housework and the baby, and he can't even work enough. I feel sorry for the child, but it is none of my business. I am raising my child with my parents' help back at home. I am so grateful for my parents' thoughtfulness. My purpose in life is to see my child grow up with smiles on his face. I will continue to look forward and live with sincerity.
Diana, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yes, sure.
I want to ask you something.
I wonder what it is. Please feel free to ask me.
Listen, will you stop addressing me with my first name? I don't remember giving you permission for that.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not your parent or anything like that. So stop calling me with my first name. I don't remember having an uneducated girl as my daughter.
Oh dear.
I had no choice but to keep quiet the other day because my son and wife were there. Don't get carried away.
I see. But did you approve my marriage with your son, right?
Stop it. Why are you going ahead with the marriage without my permission? I heard you went to the same high school with my son.
Yes, that's right. But
What did you do after high school? My son studied diligently all his life at the prestigious university.
that's...
I heard that you stayed at home all the time after high school graduation. You were living at your parents' house, right?
Well, I think so.
That means you're a parasite.
Actually, it's not like that.
Then what were you doing?
I used the time to learn about computers-related stuff. I thought it was a profound study, so I was doing my best studying at home.
That means you're a nerd.
Well, you could say that. I did study in a nerdy way. I think there are many different categories of nerds, you know.
You know what? You were studying at home, while people at the same age of you doing job hunting. You were spending 4 unproductive years living like a parasite with your parents. What a pathetic nerd.
Isn't productive for years really such a big deal? I consider it to have been a meaningful time for me. I'm doing my current job because of the experience I gained from that time.
I have no doubt that your company hired a high school graduate like you as the one of their charity activities. I don't think any proper company in this country would hire a person like you.
Are you telling me that you don't want to admit my capability? I don't want to go on talking to you in a roundabout way.
Stop talking back me like that. This is why all these high school graduates and poorly educated people can't have a proper conversation. You make me say the same thing over and over again. You really are a lot like the high school graduate employee at my company.
Are you talking about Lisa? Isn't that prejudice?
You have no right to say any personal opinion. A poorly educated girl like should just shut up and listen to what you are told.
With all due respect, I don't think education is that important in this day and age.
The less educated you are, the more you say that. You're a typical uneducated person.
Okay then, I understand. At any rate, you're saying that you won't allow me to marry your son, right?
Of course. You are just a parasite with high school diploma. You're not worthy of my son.
An uneducated parasite, huh? I think you misunderstood me. Besides, can you judge me by my current job and income?
Huh? Income? There's no way a high school graduate can make enough money to brag about. How can you say such a big thing?
I see. If you're worried, I can show you my payslip.
I don't trust you. If you ask the company, they can forge it for you anyway. Uneducated people like you can only think of childish things.
I can't believe you just said that. I'm not that kind of person.
But I don't trust your company since they decided to hire a high school graduate like you as one of their charity activities. I don't care what you say, but I won't let you marry my son.
You don't know anything about my company, so please stop saying random things.
I can ask any of the other employees to find out more. You're working with a bunch of high school graduates anyway. Stop talking big.
My company is publicly traded. It's a legitimate company. I have nothing to be ashamed of.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I'm telling the truth. What should I do to make you believe me?
You know, even if you worked for a big company and make over $100,000 a year, there's one thing I won't compromise on. I can't let you be my son's wife.
What do you mean by that? Why are you against my marriage with your son?
Marriage means having kids.
Yes, that's right.
It will be a child with your DNA.
What's wrong with that?
You want me to have a grandchild with the DNA of a high school graduate?
If you're going to go that far, I'm done talking to you. I'm well aware that there's no point of having a discussion with you.
I see. I'm glad you understand. I hope you'll leave my son as soon as possible and never come near him again. Because my son is a treasure to me.
Huh? I can't promise that. I will have another discussion with my son.
No matter how much of a high school graduate you are, you should at least understand how people feel. Just step aside quickly so as not to hurt my son. You, explain to me about what the heck is going on. My son hasn't come home.
Why don't you ask your son himself about that?
He's been ignoring all my calls. You know something, don't you? Tell me right away.
It's useless to talk to such a rude person like you.
You tricked my son and just took him away from me, didn't you?
I would never do such a horrible thing. I'm telling you the truth.
Since my son graduated from a famous university and is working at a decent company, did you deceive him to take away all of his fortune?
Huh? What on earth are you talking about? You're so misguided.
I told you to break up with my son, didn't I? But you decided not to do so because you were aiming for his high income, right? I know how an uneducated person like you think.
I didn't say that. I agreed to break up with your son, right?
I told you to back off, so my son won't get hurt. Seems that you didn't understand what you were told.
But I just said that I would talk about it with your son. I didn't say I agreed to break up with him. I think you misunderstood my true intention.
You're just a high school graduate. But you've got a cocky attitude that really pissed me off. I would never let you marry my son.
Looks like your son is tired of your prejudice.
My son would never say such a thing. Because I didn't say anything about this directly to my son.
But you sent me messages. Your son was standing beside me at that time. So he was watching the whole conversation. He looked very disturbed somehow when he read your messages.
What the heck do you think you're doing? Are you the kind of woman who sends private messages to other people? I don't understand how a poorly educated woman behaves.
Normally, I wouldn't show it to anyone. But since it was your son, I thought I should let him know about the truth.
Are you telling me that you're exposing other people's private life?
No, that's not what I mean. I never expected such slanderous messages from you. It was too much to bear. I think you got what you deserve.
Slanderous messages, huh? What are you talking about? This is why I have a problem with uneducated people. I don't understand you at all. Everything I said is true, isn't it?
Even if it were true or not, your son had a dumbfounded look on his face. I have no doubt that he was shocked at your words.
You made him do that, didn't you?
No, that's not possible. Besides, I don't feel comfortable getting married in a situation where I feel like I'm at odds with someone who'll be my future father-in-law. I've told your son to go back home.
So, is my son coming home?
No, he refused to go home. He even said that he's going to cut ties with you.
He'll be in trouble since he doesn't have his changes for clothes.
Don't worry about that. Your son is no longer a child. He has bought some new clothes.
How dare you let my son spend money for that? You're not only an uneducated woman, but you're also a pimp. Well, maybe that's why you're incompetent.
Are you listening to me? Your son was using his own money, not mine.
He ran away from home because of you. He wasn't that kind of guy. You brainwashed my son, so you're the one who's supposed to buy the new clothes for him.
Oh, maybe that's reasonable.
You don't have enough money to buy him clothes since you're just a high school graduate with low salary, right? That's why you let him buy those himself. It's pathetic to think that my son was willing to do that.
I think you were wrong about that. Well, I don't want to listen to your selfish opinion anyway. You wouldn't understand, no matter what I said.
I've provided my son a life that everybody wants. A life together with you will soon be too much for him. Anyway, tell my son to go back home immediately. Do I make myself clear to you?
Why don't you just be a little more mature and wait for him to come home? Your son is a grown-up.
You're a woman who pisses me off at every turn, you know that. I don't think my son wants to live together with an uneducated woman like you. Sooner or later, he'll leave you. What he did to me was just a little distraught. It's probably just a matter of time before he gives up. I'll just have to wait and see since I'm a patient man.
I see. Well, it's up to you then.
Hey, give me a break.
Hello, Judith. It's been a long time.
Cut it out. I told you not to address me by my first name, didn't I? Just send my son home.
I'm afraid I can't do that because of my current health condition. I can't take a flight to go there.
Huh? What are you talking about? What on earth did you do to my son?
Your wife didn't tell you about that?
I haven't heard anything. And what's with the flight? Are you living in a remote place? You must have made some kind of mistake anyway.
Please don't get me wrong. We're in Australia right now. I'm here on a business trip. For your information, I've been promoted. Your son doesn't like the food here, and he's a little sick right now.
What? Australia? What do you mean? Stop saying random things.
I've been telling your wife about the current situation. She knows exactly what's going on. You're lucky to have such a good life. I'll try my best to be a good wife like her.
What the heck are you talking about? What do you mean by being a good wife? I haven't heard anything about you marrying my son.
I see. Seems like you don't talk to your wife so often, do you? But that's between you and her. I don't have the right to interfere.
What are you guys doing in Australia? Your company is crazy to let an uneducated high school graduate go there for a business trip. Anyway, I want my son back.
I can't. I'm here for business.
Huh? Your company is so crazy to send a high school graduate overseas. I think you mentioned something about promotion, didn't you? That's impossible. I got it. The company can't send their precious university graduates because it's not safe country. Well, that's a very wise decision.
My company didn't send me to a battlefield or something like that. If you choose the right place, Australia is a very safe country. It's comfortable and pleasant here.
That's only in the city, right? If you go a bit out of town, you'll find a lot of nasty people.
It's the same in every country, isn't it? If you're so worried, why don't you come here and check by yourself?
Why should I go abroad? You guys are the one who should get back here as soon as possible.
But your wife has already been here several times. I'm sure you will be fine too.
My wife went there?
Yes, I've been busy with work, so your wife came here to support your son a few times.
I don't think she had the money to go there. I can't believe she was traveling back and forth to Australia.
Oh, I paid for that. Your wife didn't pay a penny, so don't worry about that.
Don't tell me such a stupid lie. It's just impossible.
I'm not lying. Apparently, you don't seem to understand well about the situation. Can I explain the details about my job to you now?
I'm not interested in listening about what a high school graduate does to make a living.
You shouldn't assume that my job isn't a great job just because I'm a high school graduate. I don't want you to misunderstand me. Besides, as a member of society, I don't feel comfortable to be treated unfairly.
I'm not making assumptions. I'm just being honest.
Enough is enough. I'm a trader at an investment company. If I tell you the name of the company, it might shock you, so I'll keep it to myself.
Stop blubbering nonsense. Don't even dare to joke about it.
After I graduated from high school, I didn't go to the university. Instead, I decided to study on my own at my parents' house. I did the best I could.
Is that how you tell your lies to other people?
I'm not telling lies. I didn't make much money at first. But gradually, I learned more about the world economy, so I decided to move abroad. Anyway, your son is my great supporter.
You're doing a nasty business, aren't you?
Absolutely not. It's true that I didn't go to the university right after high school graduation. But I went to study abroad.
Seriously?
Yes, I did. I started working as an assistant at my current company.
That's absurd. It's a lie anyway, right? How long are you going to keep making up stories?
It may be hard to get people to trust you if they suspect you're that much of a liar. In fact, academic background is no longer important in most of developed countries nowadays.
Then what kind of company are you working for?
It's GMS.
Ah, come on. There's no way you can work in such prestigious company like that. Do you think you can fool me just because I'm an old woman, Missy? Don't make me laugh.
It's such a shame that you still don't believe me.
You can say whatever you want. I'll use my connections to find out more about you. Be prepared for that.
I see. Go ahead then. I think that's the best solution. If you still don't trust me, I have no other choice than to give up hope.
Shut up. Just let my son come back home now.
I'll talk to him about that, since it's difficult to do that immediately. Bye then.
Diana, I have something important to tell you. Can you please reply to me at your earliest convenience?
How can I help you, sir?
You can address me with my first name if you want to. I know what you do for a living. I'm believing you. You have my permission to marry my son.
I see. I'm glad you finally understand that.
There have been a lot of misunderstandings so far. But I've come to understand that you're the right wife for my son.
What kind of misunderstanding?
Please don't me explain about that again. I just want to get along with you, Diana. Also, there's one thing I want to ask you.
Yes, what is it?
It's about my wife. She hasn't come home for the past few days. Do you have any idea where she is now? Is she there with you guys?
Yes, she's here with me and your son. By the way, she said that she wants a divorce.
Divorce? It's not finalized yet. I'm not even gonna admit it. Besides, if we don't talk with each other, there won't be any divorce, right?
Every country has different laws for that. So we just need to ask the solicitor about the details.
I don't think I understand about what you're trying to say.
Your academic prejudice against me alone was quite coercive. I was honestly surprised to know that you were also overbearing within the family. I feel so sorry for your wife.
What do you mean by overbearing?
You were also very hard on your wife, weren't you? That's what I mean. It looks like you weren't aware of it at all.
What does that have to do with the divorce? I got married right after my wife graduated from junior college. I let her be a housewife for many years. She's the one who should be thanking to me. What did I do wrong? It doesn't matter for me to be a little bit overbearing since I'm the breadwinner. That's not a proper reason for divorce.
Being overbearing is a huge problem. I think you were an unruly person if you were not aware of it. I was just wondering if you really have a human heart.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that my son and my wife are going to live in your place permanently?
I think so. Your son is already helping me with my business here. At least, I don't think your son will ever come back to your place. If you want to, you can come here too.
Me? Don't be silly.
But there were a lot of misunderstandings, right? If you're coming here, I can arrange time for you to discuss it once. I'm not a cruel person anyway.
That's impossible. My pride won't allow it.
Then, I don't have any choice.
Hey, listen to me. Why don't you come back to the US once? Let's talk it over slowly here.
That's impossible. I'm in the middle of an important project and I can't leave work. Considering all the circumstances, it is impossible for me to come back to the US.
Please don't say that. I want to see my family too. I want to spend time with everyone here.
Then why don't you come here? Don't you have enough passion to get on a plane and meet your son and wife? Isn't it a natural thing to do if you really love your family? Your pride shouldn't be in your way.
No, I'm just scared.
Scared of what?
I'm scared of going to foreign countries. I don't know about the culture, and I'm afraid that something nasty might happen to me. What if I get kidnapped?
You graduated from a university, but you were afraid of going to foreign countries? I was 18 years old, a high school graduate, when I went abroad myself. Even I, a woman, could do it. So there's no reason why you can't do it, Judas.
Education and gender have nothing to do with that.
Is that so? On the contrary, until now you have been judging me because of my educational background, right? It seems that you were also making fun of me since I'm a woman. I thought you learned a lot, so you know how to deal with your fears. But it looks like I was wrong.
You don't learn that stuff at school. So let's compromise here. Why don't we meet somewhere in the middle?
What do you mean by that? Are you talking about meeting inside a cruise or something like that?
There's a direct flight to Australia from Kennedy International Airport, right? I can go to that airport by direct flight from here too. So why don't we meet at New York instead?
After all, you're talking about meeting each other in the US, aren't you? Didn't you study geography during high school? That's impossible.
I'm doing the best I could. I'll apologize to my wife, my son, and of course to you too. So please accept my offer of meeting each other in New York.
I refuse. Besides, I just talked to your wife and son. They said that even if you came over here, they don't want to meet you. It seems that they don't even want to see your face. Also, they don't want to do anything but talk to their lawyer. Sorry that it didn't work out as you planned, Judas.
Hold on a sec. I'm the one who's making concession. We just need to ride a direct flight. It's that simple, right?
No matter what you say, I can't leave my work, so I can't grant your wish. Besides, I want to protect your wife, whom your son cares for. Please do your best on your own. Unfortunately, there will be no one you can yell at anymore, since your wife and son are releasing you.
Hey, wait! What you're doing is a crime!
Crime? Stop kidding me. Then, we'll start with your trial first. I'll never get arrested since I haven't done anything wrong. Judas, who was so overbearing, never come to us because he was afraid of going to foreign countries. In the end, it was just him and his big mouth. After that, I continued to work in various countries around the world. I never saw Judas again. However, Judas was very persistent, and as a result of his continued insistence in the divorce court, the divorce has finalized after 2 years. I feel sorry for his wife since she had to wait that long. Despite his overbearing personality, seems that Judas did not want to leave his wife. But his wife refused to stay married with him, and they ended up in divorce. He got what he deserved. Even at his company, no one felt sorry for him because of his overbearing attitude. I heard he has missed the opportunity to get promoted at work.
Honestly, as long as you handle the household stuff, that's all I need. I'm working and bringing in the money. That's my most important role. If I'm burdened with chores and other things, it'll only interfere with my work. Do you really think you can build a happy family with Naomi thinking that way? If you think it's natural for our daughter to do everything around the house, maybe you should rethink things from the start. Marriage only works when both partners support each other. You say support, but I come home tired from work too, so you should understand that much. Naomi may be working, but compared to me, it's not a big deal. So it's fine to leave the household stuff to her, right? Are you saying my daughter's job isn't a big deal? She works hard and still finds time for you when she gets home. Just because you're working doesn't mean you should overlook the other person's burdens. Is that so? If that's the case, how about showing some concern for my tiredness? I need a relaxing environment when I get home. Besides, our life is supported by my income, so I think I deserve a bit of gratitude, don't you? I don't mind asking for appreciation, but that doesn't mean you can impose it on Naomi. No matter how much you earn, the household runs smoothly only with both of our cooperation. If you just leave everything to the other person,
Frustration will build up over time.
If you have complaints, feel free to voice them, but aren't they just trivial matters? If just a little extra effort from me could solve everything, that'd be different. But I'm not doing this because I enjoy it. I don't like having my way of doing things denied.
You think it's all just small stuff because you're not the one burdened by it. I wish you'd notice how hard Naomi works for you, no matter how busy she is. Just as much as you value your job, home is important to her too.
If the family is important, then it's natural for you to put in effort, right? If you really have that kind of determination, you shouldn't have any complaints. I believe in the roles of the man works and the woman manages the home, and I'm not changing that viewpoint.
Have you ever thought about how much of a burden that puts on our daughter? In a household that just controls, no amount of money will bring fulfillment. For both of you to be happy, caring for each other is essential.
In the first place, she's the one who said she wanted to marry on her own. I didn't wish for this at all. She's the one piling on all these troublesome things and increasing my burden. So shouldn't she be the one to compromise?
Excuse me? Marriage isn't something that stands on one person's will. What she expects from you is a relationship of equals. As long as you keep imposing only your own needs, true bonds won't be formed. Please understand that. Hey, Mom. I've got something to share that might catch you off guard.
What is it?
Well, I've decided not to get married. I'm sorry.
What? Wait, what's going on?
It's been quite some time since you reached out, and now you're hitting me with this? I'm sorry. I've been really busy. You've always had this habit of making all the decisions yourself, but I wish you would at least consult me about something this important. Marriage is a huge event that changes your life significantly. I'm your mother, and I care about you more than anything, so it's only natural for me to worry. I understand that, but you tend to worry too much about me. You get worked up over the smallest things, so it's easier for me to handle everything alone. But this time, it's a big deal for me, and I've been really struggling with what to do. Still, the wedding is only 10 days away, right? I can't help but be shocked that you're suddenly saying you want to back out at the last minute. I've been looking forward to this day for so long. Can you please tell me what happened? I'm really sorry, Mom. I didn't make this decision lightly either. Over the past few days, I've faced my feelings and thought about it many times, but in the end, I just couldn't forgive Carter for cheating. Being betrayed by someone I trusted was really shocking.
Wait, Carter?
I can't believe something like that happened. But why didn't you talk to me about this sooner? You could have relied on me more. I'm sorry. At first, I really didn't want to believe it. I wanted to think I was just misunderstanding, and I couldn't sort things out until I had proof. But then, the late nights and business trips started piling up, so I felt something was off. I was sure he was cheating 10 days ago, and the timing couldn't have been worse.
I see. Thinking about how much your heart must have shaken when you were suddenly faced with such a reality is tough for me. But just because he's been coming home late doesn't necessarily mean he's cheating, does it?
Yeah, I'm not judging based on just that. Last week, I happened to see him at a cafe. Carter was snuggling up with a young woman, looking just like a couple, and the moment I saw that scene, my mind went blank. It was clearly too familiar for it to be mistaken.
Couldn't it have just been a misunderstanding?
It's possible it was just a temporary lapse in judgment, or maybe... No, Mom, I'm confident. That was definitely Carter, and his attitude started to change around that time. In the beginning, he was really supportive and helped with chores, but then he stopped doing anything at all. It felt like he was only focused on his own life, pushing everything onto me.
That's awful. You're working full-time every day too. Carter must have decided to support the family when he moved in with you. He should have days off too, so why doesn't he help out with that? I had a chat with him about it once too. I tried to have a conversation with him, but he kept saying he was busy whenever I brought it up. He doesn't care how busy I am, and even when I tell him, he just says, my mom handled everything. He seemed more sincere and compassionate than that. I can't believe his attitude changed so much. What's even more unforgivable is his attitude when I confronted him about the cheating. I think anyone would feel at least some guilt in that situation, but he showed no signs of admitting anything and got defensive, even angry. To top it off, he talked badly about you, acting like we were clinging to him or something. It's really outrageous. Knowing how much you sacrificed to raise me makes it impossible to accept his words. That reminds me of something. At the meeting of both families, Carter's mother casually threw out a jab. She said, I bet it was tough on your wallet, as if we were trying to get something from her, knowing I was the one who raised you by myself. I was already feeling uneasy about you marrying into that kind of family. Maybe I was sensing something back then too. Exactly. It seems like his family, especially his mother, assumes that single-parent households are struggling financially. They casually bring up their biases as if we're having a hard time. I've tried to avoid them as much as possible because I hate being treated like that, but I feel like I've hit my limit. They don't even listen to our side of the story, and I wonder why they're so full of prejudice. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that, but I'm always on your side, you know. Especially now, you don't have to force yourself to hold back. If it's an important decision, you should be in a place where you can feel at ease while making it. Maybe it would be good to go back home for a bit and calm your feelings here. Thanks, Mom. Talking like this is bringing back a lot of memories, and anger is starting to rise within me. I absolutely cannot forgive him for getting away so easily. I really want to make sure everything is settled before ending this, so please, give me 10 days. Hold on, Naomi. The wedding is just around the corner, right? You're not seriously thinking about letting this end like nothing happened, are you? As a mother, I'm worried about what you're thinking. I'll be fine. I made this decision to ensure I wouldn't have any regrets. I don't want to worry you, but I hope you will trust me. Are you sure about this? This isn't how you typically think. Please, try to calm down. I'm Hannah, and I'm 60 years old. I lost my husband when my children were young, and I worked tirelessly to make sure they never went without. 6 months ago, I finally retired. My oldest son is married now, with children of his own. And with Naomi's wedding coming up, I thought my days of parenting were winding down. Carter seemed like such a kind young man, so honestly, I'm just baffled. Since then, no matter how often I reach out, Naomi just insists she's fine. She's an adult, so I decided to give her space. However, on the day of the wedding, something unbelievable happens. Hey, can you explain what's going on? This is just too unreasonable. The wedding has started, and neither Naomi nor her family is here. It's unimaginable that there's been no contact. This is beyond inconsiderate, isn't it? We've gone through the trouble of welcoming many invited guests, and yet it's impossible that neither the bride nor her family has shown up. Because you come from a single-parent household, I think you should adhere to at least the minimum manners. Could you please start taking responsible actions? This is causing a hassle for quite a few people. I'd be grateful if you could manage this well and let me know your thoughts as a parent. Are you planning to stay silent?
I'm sorry, but we've been dealing with an emergency, so I couldn't reach out. There's a reason for the delay in communication.
An emergency? That's just an excuse. It's not normal to have an emergency on the wedding day. Do you understand how many people you've inconvenienced by skipping the ceremony? It's on the parents to take care of the damages.
Don't you care about what happened to my daughter before you start blaming her? Are you only being concerned about your own image and indifferent to Naomi's well-being?
Of course, if something so unbelievable has happened, you wouldn't be worried, right? Please, think about it. It's impossible to care about someone who treats us so rudely.
We contacted our relatives this morning, and they are all aware of the situation. We've tried reaching out to you multiple times, but the only response we got was after the ceremony started. Why couldn't you be contacted sooner?
It's because Naomi wasn't showing up, so we were busy dealing with the guests. I didn't even have time to look at my phone, and I'd like to know what's going on too. Can you explain what your intentions are?
Okay, I got it. My daughter is in the hospital. Do you know why? She should have been with you, but do you understand how the situation occurred?
Huh? The hospital? What happened? Was there an accident?
I heard you made coffee for Naomi this morning.
So what? I always make it for her.
Right. So she probably drank it without suspecting anything.
What are you trying to say?
She said it clearly tasted like something other than coffee. More like medicine. According to the doctor, it seems to be the symptoms of taking a large amount of laxatives. They're currently analyzing the sample for its components.
You're not seriously accusing me, are you? It wasn't me. I made coffee, but I left the house right after.
Exactly.
Isn't it possible that Naomi drank it herself? You know, wanting to look slimmer for the wedding or something?
That amount isn't something she would drink on her own.
Besides, component analysis is just a bluff, right? Regular people can't do something that simple, and it's not an amount someone like you could afford anyway. I won't be fooled by that.
I have my connections, so it's all good. If you don't understand that, should we just have the police investigate thoroughly?
Huh? That's ridiculous. You can't be serious, can you? This must be some kind of joke, right? I can't keep up with all this sudden talk.
Right now, she's undergoing thorough examinations at the hospital. With the doctor's diagnosis, I believe there's no mistake. I'm planning to get a medical certificate, report it to the police, and have them investigate this matter properly. You don't have any objections to that, do you?
No. That's not necessary. Isn't that just over the top? Naomi has been a bit emotionally unstable, so isn't it just a misunderstanding? She might just be anxious because of the wedding, you know?
Is that so? You say that, but I don't see it that way. Naomi, I know, isn't the type to have such delusions.
Hana, I think you're being fooled by Naomi. She's been a little neurotic for a while now, hasn't she? It's just marriage blues, and she's overreacting. So please, don't make this a big deal with the police.
Why not? Having the police investigate properly is the best way to uncover the truth, isn't it? Your reaction sounds like you might have something to hide.
No, that's not the case. It's just embarrassing to take family matters outside, right? Since we're both adults, can't we resolve this calmly through discussion?
If you want to resolve it calmly, you could have explained things to us earlier. If neither you nor Naomi knows what happened, it means someone must have intruded and done this on their own. When you think about it that way, it's actually a pretty terrifying situation, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose when you put it that way, it is scary. But making it the police matter feels a bit excessive.
Still,
We should know exactly what the other person's intentions were in doing this and how they got into the house. After all, you could have drunk that coffee too, right? This is clearly a case of bodily harm. Well, it is indeed a scary story, but I'd rather handle this as quietly as possible. I'm sorry, but let's put this discussion off for now. I'm busy with various procedures at the moment. I'll contact you again later. Wait a minute. Hey, what happened? Nothing's wrong, right? Going to the police is just over the top. Please, stop it. This situation is truly unbelievable, isn't it? Who wanted something like this to happen? I'm really being put out here, so I need a solid answer. Please, stop ignoring me. If you intend to stay quiet for your own reasons, I'll have to take appropriate action. This is Hannah. Naomi is currently in the examination room and I'm holding onto her phone. By the way, why are you so eager to get in touch? Don't you think your behavior seems a bit odd? It looks like you're rushing because you might be hiding something. No, that's not it at all. I don't have any secrets. I just don't want to be falsely accused of something I didn't do. You're making assumptions without any proof, and I haven't done anything wrong. If that's how you feel, then there's nothing to be afraid of. Just go to the police and confidently say you haven't done anything. Are you seriously doubting me? It's a joke to be treated as a suspect without any evidence. I can only think you're fabricating this to avoid paying for the wedding costs and damages. You've been talking about money non-stop since earlier. It's getting annoying. I thought it was us who should be asking for damages in the first place. You might not understand, but we aren't constantly thinking about money like you are. You're just trying to find excuses to take our money, aren't you? It sounds a bit like begging, don't you think? I'm really tired of your methods. Did you really think Naomi wouldn't notice anything while living together? I never thought you didn't realize she was just pretending not to see it. Huh? What are you talking about? I don't understand at all. You seem pretty close with a junior female colleague, didn't you? Did you really think no one noticed how close you were with her? Well, no, that's not... She's just the type who gets close easily, and I wasn't doing anything inappropriate. I was just helping her because she got drunk. Nothing happened at all. No more excuses. I have solid evidence. Naomi was desperately gathering proof to protect her relationship with you, including photos of you coming out of a hotel. Did you really think you could easily talk your way out of this? That was really just a drinking party. I just took her out because she passed out. There was nothing inappropriate going on. Please stop doubting me further. That's not all. There's more evidence. In the room where you lived together with Naomi, there were pet cameras installed in various places for the cat. Yes, in hard-to-find spots. Huh? I've never heard anything like that. No one told me about it, and it's unreasonable to blame me for not knowing. Naomi's cat is especially curious and wants to touch everything, so we placed the cameras in hard-to-find locations. Did you really act without knowing about that? Huh? That's ridiculous. Are you saying there are actually recordings? I never imagined I was being watched at all. I didn't think anyone would check such minute details. That's right. We have footage of you bringing your affair into the house while Naomi was on her business trip. Did you really think you wouldn't get caught? You probably never considered that all your careless actions would be recorded. That's impossible. That's not all. We even have clear recordings of you putting laxatives in the coffee. I already handed that footage over to the police this morning, so they'll investigate it properly. Once they see the footage, it will be obvious what you did. That has nothing to do with me. It is either a misunderstanding or just a coincidence.
Oh, are you planning to keep insisting it has nothing to do with you? The police will be reviewing the footage, and I'm sure your attitude and words won't be able to hide the truth. By the way, why would you choose to cheat at a time so close to the wedding? I struggle to understand why you felt the need to take such a risk.
That's because my affair partner's father is the company's CEO, and I thought it matched our level. I judged that it was more compatible than what you have.
In that sense, it's your prerogative to judge based on your values, but I wonder if that was really the correct judgment.
I thought if we called off the engagement, it would be a loss if you claimed damages. So to ensure Naomi wouldn't be able to come on the wedding day, my mother advised giving her laxatives. So it's not my fault at all.
Why don't you see if that story holds up with the police? Just tell them everything honestly.
I'm sure they'll understand my situation, and I'm sure Naomi will come to understand as well.
I see. Just so you know, I looked into that woman you were seeing on the side, and it turns out she's the daughter of a subcontractor president for my company.
Huh? What's that about? You're not seriously imagining that a poor single-parent family like yours is a business owner, are you? That's crazy.
Whether you believe it or not is up to you. When I talked to her father, he immediately came to apologize with his daughter.
Wait, so that's why I haven't heard back from them recently. I can't believe it.
Do you know the company J&J Pharmaceutical?
Huh? That's the famous large corporation, right? Why is that name coming up all of a sudden?
Actually, J&J Pharmaceutical was founded by my great-grandfather. I've kept it a bit private since I serve as an officer here.
I've never heard of that before. Naomi never mentioned it, and if there's such a big company behind you, you'd actually talk about it more, right? It sounds almost like a scam.
A scam? If you thought the mother is struggling for money, it might have been wise for Naomi to keep that fact hidden. I'll return your words to you. I also don't want to be taken advantage of by your family, especially your mother, since she's been rude to me multiple times.
Huh? What do you mean by that? What exactly are you investigating?
You might feel I'm overstepping, but I decided to look into it just in case. Your mother seems to be spending money quite extravagantly, and it seems she takes pride in it. If Naomi had to support a family with that kind of financial mindset, it's easy to see how tough things would be for her later on.
But she's doing that on her own. It has nothing to do with me.
Honestly, I wasn't on board with her marrying you from the beginning. I didn't feel I could safely entrust my daughter to someone so obsessed with money and status. But since Naomi insisted she wanted to be with you, I reluctantly allowed it. I'm sure I talked to you about married life, didn't I? But now I'm painfully aware that my decision back then was a mistake.
Wait, if you had told me that from the beginning, none of this would have happened. What was I thinking, having an affair with a rich woman?
No, rather, I'm really glad it didn't tarnish Naomi's family registry. At least, she still has a chance at happiness, avoiding connections with someone who has a criminal record.
Huh? Wait a minute. Why are the police at the wedding venue? Did you really call them?
Yes, I've already filed a report. From now on, the police will officially be involved and uncover the truth.
You've got to be kidding me. This isn't my fault. Let me talk to Naomi directly. I want to convey my true feelings to her.
You can talk plenty with the police from here on out. Naomi just finished her examination and is waiting, so you probably won't have any more contact with her.
Wait a minute. Naomi still loves me. If we talk properly, she'll understand. I've been texting her, but it shows she hasn't read it.
That's not surprising.
Please, Just let me see Naomi one more time. I'm serious about this. Later on, Carter ended up at the police station, where he allegedly attempted to pass the buck, claiming it was all his mom's idea. I was reminded once again that he's a cowardly man. Even more shockingly, I learned that this wasn't his first time, which filled me with a mix of surprise and anger. Apparently, every time Carter met Naomi at his family's home, he mixed laxatives into her food. Naomi casually remarked, "No wonder my stomach always felt weird," while being surprised. But as her mother, I found it utterly unforgivable. As a result of the trial, Carter was convicted of bodily harm. His mother was charged with conspiracy, and both received a 2-year prison sentence. The judge delivered a harsh and uncompromising verdict that left everyone astounded, but it was a deserved punishment for both of them. Moreover, it seems Carter's mother had unilaterally inflated the wedding costs to satisfy her own vanity, resulting in a final bill of $70,000 sent to us. We filed for $20,000 in damages, but Carter and his mother's savings were far from enough, leading to the eventual sale of the family home. I heard that Carter's father was furious, saying he was completely unaware, and he divorced his wife and cut ties with his son. At work, Carter's arrest became known, and he was naturally fired. No matter how many excuses he made, it was too late. On the other hand, Naomi, having gone through this experience, said with a smile, "I'm done with marriage," and now spends her days focused on her work. Her shy declaration, "I want to be strong like you, Mom," brought me so much comfort.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!